All right, so welcome to the Friday edition of Performance Seminar. Tonight we have two performers, and yeah, so they'll both announce their names and their pieces when it comes time for that. So our first performer is going to be Jenna, and if you want to announce your name, your piece, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so I'm going to be playing Minstrels, and I'm using my music.
Awesome. So that was Jenna performing Minstrels from Preludes Book 1 by Debussy. So I'm going to move the spotlight real quick. All right, I'm going to start the poll, and you guys can start filling that out, and then we can go from there. Oh wait, wrong poll. Sorry, one moment. This poll, yeah. Let's start following that. And then if you have any verbal feedback, you can just raise your hand. We can go from there. Give a few moments to fill out the form. All right. And then does anyone have any verbal feedback to give before we can move on? Start calling on people. Yeah, let's get a couple people. How about Vivian? If you want to go ahead, if you have any feedback.
I think your dynamic is pretty good. Also your articulation is pretty good. Maybe improve your articulation and that have a wider dynamic range and yeah.
Yeah, definitely some of that. Let's see. Let's have one more. Who is here? And a few who came in later on. How about Allison? Do you want to go ahead as well?
I like your articulation and I also like your grease notes.
Awesome. Cool. So we have the poll mostly filled out. Or we have the poll completely filled out. So let's go over that. So I'm sharing the results right now. Yeah, so this is a draft poll. So in terms of the rhythm, you got 4 votes for 4 and 2 votes for 3. So it's kind of a between 3 and 4, leaning towards a 4. Rhythm was pretty good. I don't have much to say about that. I thought that was pretty accurate overall, and there wasn't really many issues on alignment. Let's see, on the next part, the notes, you had 5 votes for 4 and 1 vote for 5. And yeah, that sounded good. I didn't have any adjustments to make on that. Pulse, you got 3 votes for 3 and 3 votes for 4. Yeah, Pulse was pretty good. I don't think there was too many issues in terms of that that I can think of. It was pretty steady for the most part, and especially with like the phrasing of this piece, it doesn't really demand that you keep like a super steady pulse, but kind of go with more of the character of the piece. And then dynamics, you got 3 votes for 3 and 3 votes for 4. This was where I felt like that could probably be the biggest improvement. I personally thought there was there were a lot of sections in the music that were either pianissimo or piano, and it still felt you kept between like a mezzo forte to almost like a fortissimo forte dynamic. I think you accentuated the parts that were like sforzando and forte were really nice, but I think expanding into that lower dynamic range will be super important. And then the last part, you got on articulation, you got 2 votes for 3 and 4 votes for 4. And articulation was pretty clean. I thought you accentuated the staccatos very nicely. I think maybe having a little bit more separation between like staccato and legato. But beyond that, it was pretty good.